You know, it's funny because most of the games that I do play, I like being my own person. So I like create your own person. So normally my favorite game character is myself. Although I do like Leon in Resident Evil 4. He's pretty beast. Uh, let's see. Yeah, so first-person shooters are not. I do not like first-person shooters that much. I think people take them way too seriously. I play video games for fun. I don't play them as part of like a MLG, Major League Gaming, or any stuff like that. I do play some first-person shooters. I do enjoy BioShock. Games with good story, I can get into if it's a first-person shooter. I'm trying to think what other actually first-person shooter I've played. Not many. I've got to say, yeah, Half-Life. I don't know. I don't like dying. I know that sounds stupid, but I really don't like dying. So, that's why I guess I like RPGs a lot, because you don't really ever die in them. Some RPGs you do, but for the most part you don't die. And yeah, when I do play BioShock, I do play it on like easy. I played it on easy the first time. Now I'd probably just play it on normal, just so it wasn't way too easy, but I'm definitely not going to play it on any of the other modes. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we're still in August. This is ridiculous. I swear this game takes forever just to get through it. But, you know, I'm definitely not a person that gets thrills out of beating a game on, like, the hardest difficulty. That is lost on me. I know I was talking to The Last Rising, and, you know, he plays them all on, like, the hardest difficulties, and he plays games over and over again just to do that. And, you know, I told him, I said, you know, Preston, that's cool. I love watching you play it on the hardest difficulty ever, but for me, I don't really like doing it. I don't know if you... Okay. They asked me what's my favorite RPG of all time. I've said Pokemon is probably one of my favorite. However, Tales of Symphonia was a very fun game for me, for the GameCube. Have I ever played Chris Sawyer's Locomotion, and if so, how'd you like it? I played it on like the Xbox, and I think I played something like it. I really don't like them, to be honest with you. This is the only simulation game that I like, other than like The Sims. I had a request to try like SimCity, but I've never played it. The only reason I like this game is because I like roller coasters and I like being creative, and it's really easy, at least for me. Now, I know a lot of people on here always comment, you know, you're like the best Rollercoaster Tycoon player, you know, you're really, really good at it. I guess. I don't know, it just comes really easy to me. I know the ins and outs of the game. I know how to set up the game to where you're the most profitable. So in terms of like the business side of the game and building rides, I'm normally pretty good at that as well. So it's not, to me, it's not that difficult, but to someone else who might be playing this, I can understand if they believe it's hard. But to me, it's just fairly easy. But after this, I will have completed this one. I completed Mass Effect 2, so the only other guides that I'll have to finish is KOTOR 2, which will be fun, and I will also be picking up another game that I am really excited about. I have let some people in the chat know about it, if they were in there for my last one. but so some people know what it is, and I'm really excited to actually start that one. I'll probably be starting that one next weekend. In terms of recording it, it might not be up for another couple weeks, but I know Leeler knows what it is. If Leeler wants to let everyone else know what that game is going to be, I'm not going to actually say it on this because I don't want people to do this to start hounding me about the game, because I'll get millions and millions of messages. But it's a game, and if you've watched any of my game reviews, you'll or my Let's Plays, you'll understand where I'm coming from and why I picked that game. Whoa, someone's never heard of that game. Oh, they're in for you guys are in for a good surprise. It's right along the lines of the games that I normally play. You know what, screw it, I'm just gonna talk about it because I really like the game. The game's Jade Empire. It was a BioWare game. It was actually their first step after Knights of the Old Republic 2. It was going to be their first game that they did by themselves, without any other preconceived notion. Like, I believe, yeah, okay, they didn't make KOTOR 2, yeah, but they licensed it because they made the original one. But BioWare had always done, like with Baldur's Gates or whatever, they'd been doing their own franchise work, and this was the first time that they were actually going to take a game that was based solely off of their own ideas. So that was pretty exciting for me. I was really excited about the game. The art style is incredible. The only interesting thing is that it's all done in English. So if you're a purist, you might not particularly like that. I remember when I was playing it, I kind of found it weird that since it was done in like China in the 11th century, it's kind of odd that they all spoke English, but it does help get the story along. And it's not like cheesy Japanese, like they don't like try and con them off as being Japanese, which is really cool. Really looking forward to playing that game. It's a BioWare game. Basically, after I finish that game, I've done basically every BioWare game that there is, or at least part of their franchises. I still have to do Mass Effect 1 on Renegade. I have to be in the mood, though, to play that game because I'm not a mean-spirited person at heart, and I tried playing it a little bit, and you're so ruthless, man. Like Shepard is just mean. Like, he doesn't care about anyone when he plays it. So that's something that I'll have to get used to. I'll have to get to my mean side. Okay, here's a question. How'd you like? I'm assuming AC2 is Assassin's Creed 2, correct? Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2. Okay, I never played it. I'd been meaning to play it, but I don't have the money, basically, to go out and rent it. And I watched Scorch's rendition of it, and I basically feel that it's going to be... Eventually, it's going to come out on disc like Fallout 3 did, where it comes out with all of the expansions, and I'm probably going to get the game when it comes out like that. But the first one was a little tedious. I liked playing it the first time, but then I tried playing it through, getting all like the special flags and stuff, and that got to be really annoying after a while. So it was not cool. But yeah, anyone can ask questions. Feel free. I enjoy all the questions I can. What's your favorite color? Red. I didn't think I used to have a favorite color, but when we were younger, my sister always said that I needed to pick a favorite color, and I never did. And so she said that my favorite color was red, and I said, "Are you sure?" And she said yes. And so I said it was my favorite color on everything, and basically it seems to be my favorite color now. So it's one of those things where I don't really have a favorite color, but it was kind of when I had to pick, when I had a choice where you have to pick, that's what I picked. So that is actually my favorite color. But then again, if you watch my Mass Effect guides, I really like that yellow and green combo. So, however, that is my favorite color. I do like different combos. That's a good question. How did my sister get her nickname of Muck? Well,